Hello, listeners. Welcome to my podcast again. So, today we'll be discussing the title Navigating Boyhood Challenges and Solutions. It is basically a cry for help to support the boy child, just as well we are supporting the girl child. So, I would like to say there are unique challenges faced by boys and young men in today's societies, and I think we shouldn't emphasize the importance of understanding and addressing these issues for a more equitable future, according to me. So, for instance, if we were to talk about these issues, I'll discuss for instance, mental health and the stigma which comes along with it. If we would discuss the stigma surrounding mental health for boys and how it affects their well-being, if you go and look for statistics highlighting the prevalence of mental health and issues rising among boys, you would notice that there is a problem in our today's societies, and it is important that cities emphasize the importance of breaking down these stigmas and promoting open conversations about mental health for every person. You know, okay. Another issues which could be addressed is the educational attainment. Exploring how boys may face challenges in the education system, including academic performance and their disciplinary disparities. Boys can be cheeky at a certain age, so you know what I mean if you are a boy. Discussing some potential factors that could contribute to these disparities, yeah, such as factors such as teaching methods and some societal expectations. You know, we need to create a supportive learning system. I'm not saying that we don't have that, but somehow we have like forgotten about some people, according to me, because there have been expectations since I will not call it eternity, but for a very long time there have been certain expectations to the boy child, which some could be outdated since we are living in a very evolving world, and these expectations of masculinity uh, should be highlighted how boys may feel pressure to conform to them, well, because they cannot be avoided or ignored because they exist. And discussing about the education and achievement of these boys, would like to explore how shifts in educational systems and priorities may affect boys' academic performance, discussing the importance of having uh, an accommodating system for all people, and that's just a little piece of my mind today.
In what sense is our society male dominated?
The fact that the vast majority of wealth is owned by men, the vast majority of
In what sense is our society male dominated?
the fact that the vast majority of wealth is owned by men, the vast majority of capital and is owned by men. Women do more unpaid labour.
Very tiny proportion of men, and a huge proportion of people who are seriously disaffected are men. Most people in prison are men. Most people who are on the street are men. Most victims of violent crime are men. Most people who commit suicide are men. Most people who die in wars are men. People who do worse in school are men. It's like, where's the dominance here precisely? What you're doing is you're taking a tiny substrata of hyper successful men and using that to represent the entire structure of Western society. There's nothing about that that's vaguely appropriate.